I last spoke to you guys when I was almost 9 months pregnant. I had a huge belly and I was talking to you about skincare during pregnancy and how your skin constantly changes. And today I'm actually 4 months postpartum and I want to talk to you about what life is like after you have the baby with regards to your skin. So our skin's pretty amazing. It's our biggest organ and it just stretches an enormous amount. So this was my first pregnancy. My belly was massive and it didn't have any issues stretching, as you'd expect. But when it came to stretch marks, I was fortunate enough not to really get anything visible, but as much as we'd love to apply belly butters and, all that sort of stuff, the number one determinant in whether or not you're going to get stretch marks is really genetic. So if your mum got stretch marks or your grandmother did, the chances are you're more likely to get them. But where belly butters can really help is they can lessen the incidence of stretch marks and they can also moisturize your belly, because itchy belly is actually a thing. When you have your baby, you can do certain things to help that skin get back in place. A lot of cultures, including Asian cultures, do a form of binding, which also helps support your back, because your back and your ab muscles are kind of thrown out in a big way once you've had your baby. And the other thing you can do is just to keep that area moisturized and use ingredients like Sika or tiger grass, something with lots of emollients, and also ingredients like adenosine. Now, adenosine is a wrinkle fighting warrior. It's very similar to retinol, but it doesn't really irritate the skin. So it is a great ingredient to rub on your tummy. You'll notice that a lot of Korean products actually include adenosine in their ingredients. So have a look. You just need a tiny amount. It should be at the bottom of your list. When I was about to have the baby, I had a huge dark line, which is perfectly normal, and it's called the linea nigra, and it is just a function of hormones. So I don't know why or what, but there's a dark line that appears and sometimes goes all the way to your boobs, and it makes it look like a seam, like an Easter egg that's going to crack open. It doesn't disappear immediately after birth. So what you have to realize is, as many times as you've seen those bounce back videos, and it's great that some people can actually do that, it is not the norm. You are going to have loose skin. You are still going to have a bit of hyperpigmentation around your belly, around your boobs, as you perhaps start and continue your breastfeeding journey, and that is perfectly normal. So you do lose a bit of weight as soon as you have the baby, of course, and a lot of fluids, but it's still a bit of a journey afterwards. And just think, it took 9 months for you to make this human, so please be kind to yourself and your body afterwards. I was looking at the line afterwards and thinking, oh geez, it's still there and it's still really visible, but I've just noticed that 4 months afterwards it's almost gone. So I can still see a faint trace of it, but I don't know when it started fading, but it just does. So they say to give yourself around 6 months and most of it should fade. You can get a little bit of hyperpigmentation afterwards that sticks around, but it's pretty rare. During pregnancy, you might get melasma on your face, which is just the darkening of the skin, and that's also due to hormones, but you can prevent that by using a good sunscreen. And now if you're sort of getting a bit of melasma and you want to start treating it after you've had your baby, the best way to do it is to continue wearing a high protection SPF, so SPF 50, and using ingredients like vitamin C, niacinamide, and even retinol, so something that speeds your skin cell turnover. Don't go too ham on the acids after you've had a baby, because sometimes your skin can still be a little bit delicate, but just continue working on your skin using vitamin C and those brightening ingredients like glutathione, arbutin, and niacinamide. There's plenty of those. What I found afterwards is that the skin on my belly has stayed pretty loose, kind of jelly-like, and it's a bit weird, but I've almost forgotten what my belly was like beforehand. But it's, as the uterus shrinks, because it does grow to 1,000 times its regular size, it's so weird, as it shrinks, your skin kind of adjusts and your belly does get tighter on its own eventually. So the number one thing I can tell you for good skincare after pregnancy is to just stay hydrated, stay moisturized, be kind to yourself. Try some ingredients like adenosine and vitamin C if you want to treat a bit of loose skin and hyperpigmentation. Don't stress about the lanai nigra because that will disappear on its own. And just look after yourself and your baby.